Perfect. Thank you so much. And so, yeah, once again, welcome. This is Financing Your Studies. So a brief overview of tuition, funding, internal and external awards at TMU. Um, to start us off, we'll do a quick land acknowledgement. So we are speaking to you from Toronto, Tekaronto. This city is located in the Dish with One Spoon territory, the dish being the land and the spoon being the inhabitants of the land. And it's one spoon because what that means is that we all share the land's resources equally. The Dish with One Spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the territory and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. And if you want to learn more about the land acknowledgement, Elaine will send this presentation out to all of you after, and you're welcome to click the link here and do so. Now, the Graduate Studies Office is made up of 6 individuals. You all already know Elaine. She handles the admissions for all of the graduate programs at the Creative School. She's been the one answering your questions, sending you your offer letters, chatting with you about your specific circumstances. We have 5 other members of the program. 2 of them are here today. So I'm Mohammed. I'm the academic coordinator of graduate programs, and my lovely co-host is Tanisha, the graduate program administrator. She specializes in funding and awards. We have a few other individuals as well, but you'll get a chance to meet them when you do the orientation in August. Now, I handle everything with respect to course enrollment, academic matters, general advising, and Tanisha does everything related to awards, external and internal, so things like OGS, and she's the one that also administers your funding. So Elaine is the one that has brought you into the program, but come your first day of school, you will then figuratively be handed off to myself and Tanisha, and we will be with you throughout the entire duration of your program. So first and foremost, admissions awards. Most of you have seen these on your offer letters. The 2 major awards you'll note are the Toronto Metropolitan Graduate Fellowship, the TMGF, and the Toronto Metropolitan Graduate Development Award, the TMGDA. Now, these may seem like just a bunch of letters to you, but they do make up a huge component of your funding while you're in the program. The TMGF is funding administered to those that are domestic, and the TMGDA is funding that's administered to those that are international students. There's also an OGF, which is also a departmental award. This is issued to 1 student per program that has exemplified excellence in academic merit. The OGF hasn't been given out yet, but we intend to do so closer to August. Now, actually, on the note of funding, your funding, whether it be the TMGDA or the TMGF, is contingent entirely on you being a full-time registered enrolled student in the program. So for any reason, if you're ever not enrolled or you need to take a leave, that funding gets frozen, and you would not get that for the term that you're not here. A note on being a full-time student. So graduate school is a little bit different from undergrad. In undergrad, you pay per course. So the more courses you take, the more your tuition is. And in undergrad, depending on which university you go to, 1 to 2 courses is considered part-time, 3, 4, 5 courses, anything more than 3 is considered full-time. In graduate school, you pay 1 flat fee for the entire year per term, and you are considered a full-time student no matter what. Now, we get questions a lot around OSAP, and we don't deal with OSAP at the department level. But if you're wondering, hey, I'm filling out my OSAP application, and I don't know if I'm supposed to put full-time student because I'm only taking 2 or 3 courses, you are for completely a full-time registered student. The only programs that offer a part-time option are the Master's in Digital Media and the PhD program. And if you are a part-time student, you would know because we would have made it clear to you. But if you have not heard anything, then you are a full-time student enrolled. Okay. Next. So actually, before I go to this slide, in the previous slide, again, Elaine will send this out to all of you, but you can all click the link here and see what the tuition fees are for your respective programs. The tuition fees do update typically in July of every year. So the fees you'll find now are from the previous year, but you can expect the fees in August for the coming year to be somewhat comparable to what they are in the past. Okay. Next. So fees are charged to your account at the start of every term. Typically what happens is your tuition is split into 3 charges, and each charge is administered at the start of the first week of every month of every term. So as an example, if let's say your tuition was $12,000, you would be charged $4,000 per term at the start of every term. So if it's September, for example, in the first week of September, you'd be charged $4,000. In the first week of January for the winter term, you'll be charged $4,000. And in the first week of May of the spring summer term, you'd be charged $4,000. Your funding then is also split into 3 equal payments that are sent to your account. So let's say your funding is $9,000, for example. That would be split into 3 equal payments, and that would be deposited into your account by typically the third week of the first month of every term. So typically, the way you'd see it is you come in September, you'll see that you'll be charged a certain amount of money in the first week. By the second, third week, your funding will kick in and it'll cover whatever it covers. And the remaining balance, you will have to pay before the end of the month. If you don't pay it by the end of the month, then you'll be charged late fees and incur interest charges. We will make sure to remind you, just in case, but it is your responsibility as a full-time student at the Creative School to regularly check your account to ensure you are up to date. And lastly, if you're in a situation where you have a negative balance on your account, and this would usually happen if your funding is higher than the tuition, you'll see a negative balance. Something like this is $1,000, negative $1,000 credit. That is money that we owe you. So if you see a positive balance, that's money you owe the university. A negative balance is the university owes you. And we have some steps here on how you can get that money transferred directly to your bank account through like an electronic transfer. And that'll be it from me. So I will now pass it off to my lovely co-host, Tanisha, to talk about scholarships, awards, and funding.
Thank you, Mohammed. In this portion of the presentation, I will walk you through a few scholarships and awards, and I'll also let you know where to find funding opportunities, starting with the Bridging Divides Entrance Scholarship. The Bridging Divides offers a limited number of master's and PhD, Bridging Divides offers a limited number of stipends to master's and PhD students whose proposed research or MRP aligns with 4 research themes. The themes are immigrant health and well-being, employment and lifelong learning, place and infrastructure, and citizenship and participation. The application period for this award has passed, but the deadline usually falls around April of every year. The stipends are quite substantial at both the master's and PhD levels. At the master's level, you can receive up to $35,000 for 1 year for both international and domestic students. And for PhD students, up to $45,000 for international and domestic students. If you missed your opportunity to apply to the Bridging Divides Entrance Scholarship as an incoming student, and you happen to be incoming to a 2-year master's program or the PhD, you'll have another opportunity to apply as an existing student to Bridging Divides stipends. You'll be able to do this in next year, 2027, around April. And this scholarship is managed by the Bridging Divides team. So you need to direct all of your questions to bridging.divides@torontomu.ca. Next slide. Yes, so the Yates School of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies website, or YSGPS, is a great first point of contact to look for scholarships and awards and information on competitive graduate level scholarships. You can explore scholarships and awards organized in 6 categories. Internal scholarships and awards, program specific, Canada-wide and international awards, federal awards, provincial awards, and awards for international students. And during the academic year, you'll see that the calendar there is populated with the dates, application periods for all of the different awards. So you can see that and get a bird's eye view of when the application periods for the various awards are opening up. So definitely take a look at the website when you get your hands on the link and bookmark it, because it's definitely going to be something that you're going to be looking at throughout the academic year. Next slide. So in the same section on the website, there's other external funding opportunities. And these awards are not managed by the Graduate Studies Unit. So when you're taking a deep dive and looking into these awards, um, the deadlines and the application is managed by external bodies. So you want to make sure that you're in charge of this process. So taking a look now ahead of time to see which ones you want to apply to. I was speaking with a student, an incoming student, and we were walking through the website, and it's actually a really good exercise to start looking at the scholarships and funding website ahead of time, so you know what awards you'd like to apply to for the academic year. Next slide. So AwardSpring is another great resource, which is it's a database with more than 1,400 awards, scholarships, and bursaries. Um, Many of the graduate programs at the Creative School have program-specific awards that are offered through this platform. So what AwardSpring does is it matches you with awards based on how you fill out the general application. The general application is not something that you can apply to start working on just yet. You have to wait until you're matriculated, which means you've officially become a student at the university and are a student in our administrative student system. But when that time comes after you're matriculated, you can go over to the AwardSpring website and fill out the general application. A piece of advice, the general application, you want to fill out every component of it. So the program specific awards are housed there, but you may not get that information to your AwardSpring dashboard if, let's say, you didn't fill out the financial need portion of your general application, and maybe the award that is program specific has a component of financial need. And if you don't demonstrate that, the award won't show up on your dashboard. So it's very important that you take the time and fill it out accurately, and to ensure that as many opportunities show up on your dashboard as possible. We plan to include an AwardSpring session in our onboarding series. We've tentatively booked September 22nd from 2 to 3, where an AwardSpring expert will walk you through your general application, how to navigate the AwardSpring space. So you can look forward to that in late September. Next slide. So for the last 3 years, the Graduate Studies Unit at the Creative School has been able to offer the Creative School Graduate Development Award. This award recognizes the academic achievement of full-time graduate students enrolled in a graduate program at the Creative School. And this is our way of supporting you financially as you complete your degree. Now, this is all full-time students are eligible to apply to this award. This is not managed through AwardSpring. It's managed through the Graduate Studies Unit. And we usually open up applications in the winter term every year for the last 3 years. The value of the award has been $1,000 per student. And we've been able to offer up to 9 awards per program. So this is another opportunity for you to get some financial support as you go through your studies in the program. So that's something you can look forward to this coming winter term. Next slide. Now I'm going to talk to you about 2 prestigious scholarships, starting with the Ontario Graduate Scholarship, or the university's equivalent, called the Toronto Met Graduate Scholarship. Both awards are valued at $15,000 for 1 year. To be academically eligible for this award, you need at least an A- or higher in each of the last 2 years of completed study. And we usually have our application period in February and March. We'll send out emails and letting you know that you're eligible and that you should apply. And then the adjudication period happens in late March, April, and then we start to roll out results from April, May onwards until the start of the academic year. So being that we're in June, the adjudication process for OGS has been completed. However, sometimes there's a bit of a OGS TMGS shuffle that happens in June and September, because students either choose not to come to the university or cannot, based on, I guess, personal circumstances, cannot attend, and then they forfeit their scholarship. So in the adjudication process, every individual is ranked And we have competitions at the program, faculty-wide, and university-wide level. And this happens every year. So individuals who are in 2-year master's program or the PhD, you can look forward to applying for the OGS for your upcoming academic years. Next slide. Okay, so the second prestigious scholarship I'll be discussing is the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council Award, or the SSHRC, as we like to call it. And the SSHRC is under the category of the Canada Graduate Research Scholarship, Master's or Doctoral. At the master's level, this award is valued at $27,000 for 1 year, and for domestic applicants. And to be eligible academically, you need A- in each of the last 2 years. I think the language on the website is like top, like the excellence, like we determine the excellence, the level of excellence, and A- or higher is what we've determined as an institution in each of the last 2 years. The deadline for master students is December 1st every year for the following academic year. At the doctoral level, the value is $40,000 per year. And the academic eligibility is assessed based on the following criteria. So it's slightly different than the master's level. So the criteria are transcripts, duration of previous studies, program requirements and courses pursued, course load, and relative standing in the program if available. And the deadline for applying for the SSHRC at the doctoral level is October 1st every year. So PhD students, you can look forward to doing that in October and subsequent years if you're eligible to apply. Next slide. Last but not least, excuse me, the last funding opportunity I'll be talking to you about is academic assistantships, or AA-ships. So you can find these career opportunities on our careers website. The link is there. And these positions are available throughout the academic year, but most of them take place in the fall and winter terms and are tied to undergraduate courses. If the program that you have been admitted to assigned you to an assistantship position as part of your offer of admission, you would be notified via the department, via email by the department. But please note, depending on your program, positions may be assigned now or later, normally before the start of the term. So there's still opportunities for to be notified that you have an assistantship depending on your program. But usually what happens when you become a student, besides you going yourself onto the careers website, we often receive emails to the program accounts from the undergraduate administrators letting us know about positions that may be available. Sometimes ad hoc, there's opportunities that pop up that we can notify you based on an email notification from an undergraduate department. So there's many opportunities to get funding either through awards, scholarships, or as working it as under an assistantship. Next slide. Well, that was a lot of information. I trust that you have plenty of questions. And at this time, I think we're going to stop the recording, right? Okay, we're going to stop the recording.